Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers to me.
God gave me a dream in February about the eclipse in April 8th, 2024. This word is late to submit, but I had to get my thoughts together so I can give His word correctly. I know most of you know about the eclipse and the Lord's message, but if you are here, you either follow my content or are a believer yourself. I will be drawing my prophetic dream to show you in detail and what it means. So, the entrance of the dream started off as a girl sitting on a table eating alone. The room was so dark and ominous, and when she looked around, it was a cathedral, an abandoned cathedral. Walls dark, brown, and colorful murals on the windows. There was some trash lying around, and she was sitting on these long benches from the long table. She wasn't alone, but she was the chosen one. There was a boy, he was so dark, dressed like an emo aesthetic person, and he was her friend, watching her from afar, or rather looking out for her. She checked her phone to call someone, but her phone was cracked, and it was an old phone in the early 2000s. Her phone didn't work, there was no communication. When she looked around, she heard chaos, a war, and there was animals running through the entrance of the tower that they were in. Jumping tigers, jaguars in the spirit, heading towards them, and they were running, making their way to the entrance. They turned into darkness, disappearing as if they were passing through. Demons started floating around everywhere. It was spiritual warfare. She saw her parents were worried for her, and these demons were attacking them, and they were trying to get away. She started to hide, and they were fighting them off. Like, the guy was fighting them off with a stick because they were scared. When the chosen one turned around to see the altar where speakers preach, she saw 2 coffins, 2 dead people. It was her parents. When the darkness was over, they had arisen. Her parents were born again. They came in wearing dark black clothes in the beginning. And when they rose up, they were wearing white gowns. They were glowing in the spirit. They were saved. But they didn't remember their daughter, and the chosen was just happy that they were still alive. When she stared out into the window, she saw pink clouds surrounding the sky. It looked like heaven, and it was beautiful. She saw giant sunflowers staring back at her, like if they were eyeballs. Behind there was an eclipse. It was a white eclipse, and that radiated pink around it instead of yellow. This eclipse was different. It was the sun covering the moon, not the moon covering the sun. It was so bright. Let's get to the message at hand. During the eclipse, the chosen was alone, but she had a friend, a worldly friend who looked after her, but he was distant. This friend could be a demon attached to the chosen, watching them from afar by keeping tabs on their life. This demon could also be what is causing you to be alone, and possibly causing depression or heavy sadness in you. The phone was cracked, so there is no communication for a time. Her parents were being chased by demons and animals. They were running away, which I believe is connected to life in general. So life is going pretty quick. The demons attacked the chosen and the friend, but they could not touch them. There was a black thunderstorm, almost a portal to where the demons would fly up high and disappear into the ceiling because they could not touch them, or rather they were not being targeted. The chosen and the friend, that is. The parents became believers. They were saved and born again, starting a new life with their marriage intact. Now, the reason why I say their marriage intact is because they came in through the entrance, running from the demons, wearing black clothes, and they were both holding hands, the father and the mother, or the husband and the wife. And when they were found in their coffins, they were also holding hands when they were risen. They were born again. They were already holding hands, and in the spirit, they were together. The open window to the eclipse and sunflowers represents new life. God has a new journey waiting for you. It will be peaceful, full of love, flowing of milk and honey with happiness. Stay in faith, stay in prayer with the Lord in these dark days, because the enemy cannot touch you. Be not afraid. They can't touch a hair on your head, but be ready for the blackout. It will be short. It will come and leave within a moment. God bless you. Please take this word back to God for confirmation. So in case you guys are wondering about what number pencils I use, I will drop it down in the description. Remember, I just want to let you guys know, for all my artists out there, or those who want to be artists, bad drawings are also good drawings, because literally in art there is no such thing as rules. Like in art and creativity, you can literally bend everything. There is no such thing as rules in art. Don't make fun of other people's art. It's really not great, especially if they're just improving, because a lot of people that want to become artists they have very low confidence in themselves, and they feel like they can't really draw that well. They compare themselves to other artists. The artists that I know, especially myself, because I was like this myself, it was actually very hard for me to use color. So that's one of the reasons why I've been drawing mainly just using pencil. And I know I looked at all of my videos and I'm just like, wow, there's no color. It just looks so depressing. I just wanted to let you guys know about that stuff. I'm not gonna be just drawing in pencil and paper. I'm gonna be using pens. I haven't really posted or published any of my greatest artworks, mainly because I actually do find it kind of very difficult to be drawing and recording at the same time. So this is my drawing. I hope you guys liked it, or if you want to see more of my drawings, don't forget to follow me on YouTube so that you can take a look at all of my content. Bye!
Ever since the day that you